Hello, hello. We're back for another face-off between Urza and Mishra. Let's see what we get. Who will win this time? So far, Urza has been dominating the field, at least in the last one. So let's see where we go from here. Will Urza keep up his string of victories, or will Mishra pull an upset victory? Okay. Got a blue die for Mishra this time, and a really cool purple die for Urza. So, purple is my favorite color, of course, and blue is actually my partner's favorite color. So, very cool. Okay, the building pamphlet, little divider cards. Let's see. Ooh, Mishra coming out of the gates hot with Gix's Command. Very strong sweeper and pretty good way of either returning creatures or dealing with your opponent's creatures. And Urza has Hall of Tagsen, which is a fantastic mana fixer. All right. Let's start things off with Mishra. See where they go from here. So I know the promo isn't always a signal, but it's a good starting place sometimes. So we got Survivor of Corliss, Urza's Rebuff, Sibling Rivalry, Emergency Weld, Ambush Paratrooper, Weakstone's Subjugation, Evolving Wilds, good if we're going into two colors, Overwhelming Remorse, one of the best pieces of removal in the set, so already leaning towards black, Loran's Escape, Disciples of Gix, which can be very strong for graveyard strategies, Demolition Field, Gruesome Realization, another decent sweeper, and Kayla's Reconstruction. Not really a great hit, but it can be useful for dumping a bunch of creatures onto the field. We have a Soul Guide Lantern and a Mine Worker foil, and then a very miscut soldier token. All right, so a relatively strong start for Mishra. Probably going black and something else. So a little bit of recursion there, decent tutor effect, and some sweepers, or removal, really. All right, let's see where Urza takes this. So we start things off with the Rust Goliath. Pretty solid. Goring Warplow, Military Discipline, Coastal Bulwark, Scrapwork Mutt, Boulder Branch Golem, which is very strong and sealed, Hoarding Recluse, good Death Toucher. Is a good way to get something back from your graveyard. So maybe leaning towards green here with Urza. Goblin Blast Runner, Thraxodemon, Dwarven Forge Chanter, Take Flight, Thran Vigil. Can be good with unearth strategies. Ironclaw Crusher pushes us even further towards green. And Portal to Phyrexia. Wow, that is a bomb. Okay, so got Gix's Command. So far, that is our 5th Gix's Command. Got Kayla's Reconstruction, which that is our 11th Kayla's Reconstruction. Hall of Tagsen. We got one of those last time. That is our 7th Hall of Tagsen, and Portal to Phyrexia. I believe that's our 4th portal. Still have not gotten a Titania Voice of Gaia, which is kind of funny. Well, it's not really funny, but I have to laugh at it. That is our 4th portal, and then Jalum Tome, and a Power Stone token. So pretty strongly pushing towards green so far. Probably a green ramp into that portal of Phyrexia for Urza, which is a very strong strategy. Let's see. What do we have? Pack number 2 for Mishra. We got Mishra's Domination, Agorthian Sprite. Very strong Power Stone Fracture, another good piece of black removal. Phalanx Vanguard, Latinam Adept, Rock Hunter, Dwarven Forge Chanter, Unleash Shell, Goblin Firebomb, another good piece of removal. Yodian Tactician, Gurgling Anointer, which is very strong, especially with graveyard strategies. Reconstructed Thopter, which is good with Unearth. Skitterbeam Battalion. Wow. So Mishra saw the saw the portal with a bomb of his own with Skitterbeam Battalion. And that is, I believe, our 2nd Skitterbeam Battalion. I know we haven't gotten many of them so far. Let's see, that is 165. That is our 2nd Skitterbeam Battalion. Elsewhere Flask. Very solid and sealed, especially with things like Corrupt and Excavation Explosion. We might actually be on the mono removal into a bomb strategy for Mishra. All right. Because Excavation Explosion leads into Skitterbeam Battalion very well. Let's see. Urza follows it up with an Emergency Weld, Ambush Paratrooper, Desynchronize, Bitter Reunion, Burrowing Razor Maw, Killzone Acrobat, another Hoarding Recluse, leaning into that green push, Goblin Blast Runner, Thraxodemon, Dwarven Forge Chanter, Gruesome Realization, Lay Down Arms, can be very strong and sealed, Transmigrant Altar, good way to ramp or to do similar things. Over the Top. I don't see Over the Top being great and sealed. And then we have Door to Nothingness, which is a very interesting one for sealed. And then a Power Stone token. I can't really think of a viable Door to Nothingness strategy in sealed, but there might be one. So we do have quite a bit of ramp with Hall of Tagsen and a few of the other cards that we've pulled. So I think probably Green Stompy with a top end of Portal to Phyrexia might be a thing for Urza. And then probably Black-Red Control of some kind for Mishra. So let's continue things. So we've got Union of the Third Path, Stern Lesson, which can be a good way of getting things set up for the Mishra deck. Whirling Strike, Shoot Down, Gix's Caress, which goes along with the black plan if you decide to use Gix's command to, or not Gix's command, but Gix's Caress to ramp up into things. Deadly Ripazay. Evolving Wilds, another Overwhelming Remorse, pushing black that much harder. Loran's Escape, Cradle Clearcutter, Pyrrhic Blast, which is a fantastic finisher alongside your battalions, Symmetry Matrix, which could also go along with the battalions. And we have Underground River. Little bit of fixing there. And a Soul Guide Lantern. And a Swift Gear Drake. Along with it, and a Power Stone token. So right now, the game plan for Mishra so far is probably red-black, because we do have this fantastic removal, some decent fixing, a couple of ways of ramping. Excavation, what's it? Elsewhere Flask doesn't really do anything, it's a good filler though. Right to the battlefield. Maybe some kind of graveyard strategy with that. Got some decent removal. Yeah, got some pretty good removal so far. Disciples of Gix as a fallback plan, another piece of removal. Pretty good fixing. You have Emergency Weld to get back something big. Yeah, not a super defined game plan on Mishra's side, but got removal for days. So, something to think about. 2 Overwhelming Remorses is just very strong. And 2 Evolving Wilds to go along with them. So, yeah. And then we've got the big green kind of strategy so far with Urza. So let's see what the next pack brings us. Aeronaut Cavalry, Third Path Savant, Mishra's Onslaught, Wasteful Harvest. Could be a good way to get things in the graveyard if we have some way of reanimating them. Carrion Locust, Disenchant, which is a fantastic piece of removal in Brothers War. And then Warlord's Elite, which is a good way of getting down a 4/4 really early. Unleash Shell, Raise to the Ground. So another good piece of removal in the set. Urza, Power Stone Prodigy, Audacity, Horned Stoneseeker, good piece of ramp, and Teresian Mindbreaker, which, while not fantastic, is a good lead-in, and a second door to nothingness. That's a demolition field. I guess if you have 2 doors, you might try a door strategy. Although getting to 10 mana can be a challenge, so, especially not with significant fixing. Although Hall of Tagson could help with that. Let's see. Got Demolition Field, which we probably wouldn't play. Let's see. Do have Urza to filter for us and make Power Stones, so that is an option. I don't know, maybe a green-blue with a pivot into Door to Nothingness as an option? I don't know, it seems kind of backwards for what I would normally consider, but it could be a cool option. I mean, you do have things like Jalum Tome so that you can loot during your opponent's turn alongside Urza to make more Power Stones, and it is a good good way to filter. You've got your big green stuff. Another Hoarding Recluse, Boulder Branch. Got a fair amount of card selection here. Coastal Bulwark could be an option for a 5-color strategy. Goring Warplow, it's very solid, so and Rust Goliath is an option. So we might have a weird, like, 5-color strategy going on over here with Urza. So, do have that massive bomb with Portal to Phyrexia, so. Let's see. Mishra gets Burrowing Razor Maw, Killzone Acrobat, which is just an okay. Yeah, 3-2 for 3. Takasia's Onulet, Depth Charge Colossus, Mishra's Domination, Gorthian Sprite, Combat Courier, Trench Stalker, Blitz Automaton, Fog of War, Sardinian Cliff Stomper, Repair and Recharge. Now that could go along with our reanimation strategy in black. So going black-white reanimator could be an option. Then you have Junkyard Genius and Drafna, founder of Latnam, plus a Scrap Trawler. So, well, we keep forgetting to... So, Underground River, number 11, Teresian Mindbreaker. Let's see, we didn't do Mindbreaker or Over the Top. Let's do Drafna number 9. It's Underground River, we just marked that, that was number 11. Skitterbeam Battalion number 2. Let's see, we didn't mark the Over the Top. It's 146, that is our 6th Over the Top. Teresian Mindbreaker at 83, that is our 6th Teresian Mindbreaker. I need to remember to keep up with those. So yeah. Got possible reanimation strategy going on over here, and then otherwise it would be kind of a red-black aggro, or not aggro, but mid-range, heavy on the removal. Okay. Got Clay Revenant for Urza, Yodian Medic, Pelagi Archaeologist, Pelagi Chain Dancer, Perimeter Patrol, Gixian Skullflayer, Warlord's Elite, Unleash Shell, Raise to the Ground. That's our 2nd Raise to the Ground. Great Desert Prospector, which would be fantastic for powering out our big creatures. Let's see. Steel Exemplar, Obliterating Bolt, Loran of the Third Path. That is our 2nd one that Urza's pulled. Loran, the Third Path. This is our 8th Loran. Ornithopter, Mountain, and an add card. Okay, so we're probably still on the green strategy. We might be moving towards green-white, although we do have that optional, 5-color door to nothingness pile. So, and if you're going to do that, green is probably the base that you want. So, in fact, green-white, going with Loran there to keep drawing you cards could be useful. Alright, so we get Coastal Bulwark for Mishra, Scrapwork Mutt, Boulder Branch Golem, very solid, Clay Revenant, Yodian Medic, Pelagi Archaeologist, Prison Sentence, so that follows into the black-white strategy, Scatter Ray, Supply Drop, Airlift Chaplain, a 2nd Junkyard Genius, pushes us closer to that red-black strategy. Sardinian Cliff Stomper, also very good for the red-black strategy. And then another pull towards the Reanimator strategy with a second Disciples of Gix, and a Hall of Tagson of his own, plus a Keening Stone. Oh, okay, so we might actually be on a secondary strategy with Mishra, which is a black-red ramp into Keening Stone. That could be an option. So, Hall of Tagson, number 8. Possibly even a self-mill strategy over there. All right. See how Urza follows this up. So you've got Recommission, which is fantastic for getting back Loran. We have Curate, Penregan Strongbow, probably going to be in green-white over here. Taunus' Tinkering. Okay, Dredging Claw, Aeronaut Cavalry, Ravenous Gigamole, Citadel Steward, which actually flows towards the Door to Nothingness plan, oddly enough. Machine over Matter, good bounce card if you do end up in blue. Giant Growth, Hulking Metamorph. Now that is an interesting one. Gives a lot of play towards blue there, but I do like the green-white idea that we already have. Pelagi Vanguard, Dreams of Steel and Oil, then Draconic Destiny. That is actually only the second Draconic Destiny we've pulled. So that is an interesting one. And Swiftfoot Boots. I don't know that Draconic Destiny fits in with any of the strategies that we've gone with so far. There might be a pivot into green-red as an option. Alright. Let's see where Mishra's final pack takes us. Aeronaut Cavalry, Third Path Savant, Mishra's Onslaught, Wasteful Harvest, Carrion Locust, Air Marshal, Gaia's Gift, Excavation Explosion, another one, and Stone Retrieval Unit. Yeah, so I feel like this is probably pushing us towards that red-black ramp, or black-red ramp, rather. Involuntary Cooldown, Go for the Throat, another fantastic piece of removal. Battery Bearer, the Might Stone and Weak Stone. Okay, I think this probably seals it. Let's see, the Might Stone and Weak Stone. 238. That is our 4th Might Stone and Weak Stone. Nice. Key to the City. And take flight. Let's see, Might Stone and Weak Stone over there. Key to the City. Which can be a mini draw engine of its own, especially if we have ways of tapping it that aren't discarding a card. So, but that also bears into our potential blue or red, black, white plan of reanimating. So, let's see. We have Go for the Throat as good removal, Involuntary Cooldown, Take Flight, Stone Retrieval Unit, solid, Excavation Explosion, very solid. God's Gift. Nope. Definitely want to run Carrion Locust. Disciples have Junkyard Genius goes into that strategy. Don't know how I feel about that. Prison sentence, more removal. Yodian medic could be used as a speed bump. Scrapwork mutt lets us dig. Coastal bulwark could be used for digging. Junkyard genius, that's key for the repair and recharge strategy. Let's see. We got 2 cliff stompers, so that actually pushes us into a little closer to that red strategy. Blitz automaton is good for that. Trench skulker. Combat courier is good filler. Mishra's domination. Cassius killzone acrobat's not bad. Scrap trawler does a lot of interesting stuff. And then we've got our other good pieces of removal and fixing. Chanter's not bad. Elsewhere Flask could be a draw piece. Soul Guide Lantern could be for shutting down some other strategies. Yeah, it looks like we're probably leaning towards that red-black idea. Rock Hunter. Second Soul Guide Lantern. Yeah. Boulder Branch could be top end. Like there's definitely an interesting set of strategies in here. So those would be obviously for sideboard. Thinking something like really heavy in removal. The top end into our Keening Stone or the Skitterbeam Battalion. So, hey, let's see how Urza finishes this off. Kind of been all over the place. I think, like, me personally, I would go for the janky, fun 5-color door to nothingness deck, and then probably go, you know, OX. See a second Goring Warplow, nice. Military Discipline, Ravenous Gigamole, Citadel, that pushes us more towards our Citadel Stalwart. Machine over Matter, more bounce, Giant Growth, Blanchwood Armor, Meticulous Excavation, Loran, Disciple of History could be useful. Akela's Reconstruction of Their Own. So it's 12 now. But a Burnished Heart and an Unwinding Clock. Hold up. So Burnished Heart plays into our door to nothingness strategy. So does Unwinding Clock, kind of. Like, that's some interesting. That is interesting. And then we have a secondary idea of Trizian Mindbreaker. I don't think we would play over the top, but Portal to Phyrexia definitely would want to run. All of Tagson to ramp up into things. Like, it's some interesting ideas here. You can use Loran to get back your Burnished Heart, which you use to ramp up into your door. I think we could have a real thing here. So we got our Loran. Got Meticulous Excavation to go with our Lorans. Stalwart. Really light on removal, but that might be okay. Also got the secondary plan of going into just big green. Hulking Metamorph. Citadel. Wait, does Thomas's Tinkering make it into an artifact creature? No, it just makes it into a regular creature. Recommission could be used for some fun stuff. Ornithopter to help defend. Great Desert Prospector to ramp more. Raise to the ground. The question is, did we get the thing that lets us convert colorless mana into colored mana? So we've got our stuff for digging and delaying. Same, Goring Warplow. Let's see, Ironclaw Crusher, Hoarding Recluse, possibility of using Urza. Warlords Elite. That. Excuse me. Shalom Tome. Yeah, I really don't know. This has a really neat but weird set of strategies where like you're playing your Hoarding Recluses to slow things down. You're playing your Iron Claw Crusher and similar things to be more defensive really than anything. If we're based in green, didn't get any of the really good fixing, unfortunately. But I think there's a neat kind of idea here. Great Desert Prospector. Yeah, using Recommission to get back your Burnished Heart. Citadel Stalwarts to help you ramp up into things. Even using your Hulking Metamorph to copy the Warplow. Like, that could be a whole set of things. Huh. I think this ends up being a wonky 5-color door to nothingness deck, which is just, oh, that's so much fun. And then Mishra gets the Scatterbeam Battalion stuff. Like, I'm probably missing like red-white aggro or something in here, but I really want to door someone in sealed. Like that would be fun. That's my idea of fun. Probably not most people's. But yeah, that seems like a neat idea. We got the foil unwinding clock too. Um, the only downside is we don't have one of the mana fixers for for converting stuff into things. I can't remember the name of the card. I know we pulled one in the last set of packs, but I don't know if either got one this time. And then this has a much more cohesive red-black strategy that ends in Skitter Beam. It just has all the removal. So, yeah. Let me know, what would you build from this? Because it's all over the place. I kind of like, I really like sometimes when, oh, no, this you have the Skitter Beam, the red-black Skitter Beam option, but also you have your Keening Stone mill. So, like that, I think Keening Stone is probably your stronger option there, with Skitter Beam being your backup. Yeah. As always, don't forget to like, share, comment, and subscribe. Let me know down in the comments what you would build, because this one kind of has me all over the place. I like it. I really like the pulls in this, but it's just so all over the place. I kind of love it. Yeah, let me know what you would build, and we'll see you in the next one. Oh, I almost forgot. If we hit 100 subscribers before the ball drops on New Year's Day, or New Year's Eve rather, so before 2023, I will be giving away a um, um, Brothers War gift bundle or an equivalent, um, depending on what the subscriber wants, an equivalent gift card, probably to like Amazon or something. Um, to a random subscriber. So we have to hit 100 subscribers for that. Um, but if we do, that will be what I do as a thank you to all of you that watch. And if you have any requests as far as videos that you would like to see, uh, either leave a message in the comments or you can DM me directly. Uh, so, as always, thanks for joining me on this adventure, and we'll see you in the next one. Thanks. Bye.